This hair is a lot, but we're gonna try to work it. Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome back to The Literary Life. So I found this quiz on Epic Reads and it is called The Hardest Game of Would You Rather for Book Nerds. That's me. I have the questions pulled up on my handy dandy laptop, so let's just get into it. The first question says, would you rather drop your favorite book into the toilet or watch it fall into a wood chipper? Oh my god, who would want, oh my god, I'm just thinking about books falling into toilets and wood chippers and I'm not having a good time right now. Oh my god, that's terrible. On one hand, having a water damaged book is the worst thing because the book is just there sitting and suffering with all the water in it, but then putting it into a wood chipper would literally mean the end of the book. So I feel like I would go with having it fall into a wood chipper, very sadly, because then at least like the book is all into like shriveled little pieces and I could just turn a blind eye and go buy another copy because oh my god, that is so sad. We are going to go with wood chipper. 71% of people said wood chipper. Oh no, that's wrong, no. 29% of people voted wood chipper. Oh. I'm sorry, I can't stand to look at a water damaged book. It's so sad. It's such a sad thing to look at and experience. It's just not a good time. I would just get another copy. Question number 2. Would you rather read only one book a year but remember everything, or read 100 books a year but remember nothing? What's the point of reading a book if you're not gonna remember anything about it? That's what makes reading so awesome, is because you read this thing and you experience this thing and it stays in your mind and you can go back and experience it whenever you want to. I mean, that's what reading is for me. I think I'm gonna go with one book a year and remember everything, even though reading 100 books a year would be actual goals. 63% of people said they would read one book a year and remember everything. Question number 3. Would you rather read only the first page of a book or read only the last page of a book? Ooh. Oh, this is hard. Oh, this is difficult. Okay, let me think about this. So, if you were to read the first page of a book, you would notice the potential that the book has, and you'd probably be very sad that you didn't read the rest of it, right? But on the other hand, if you read the last page of a book, then you probably are really confused because what? But then at least you can somehow make up your own story in your head based on what you read in the last page and what the book seems to be about. So I think I'm gonna go with read the last page of a book, just because then I can formulate my own story based on what the book is supposed to be about, and based on the end, I can fill in the blanks myself. So last page. Wow, okay, it was actually pretty close. 54% of people said they would read the last page instead of the first page. Would you rather get locked in a library or get locked in a bookstore? I'm really thinking about this one because the library is my favorite place to go ever, like at all the time. Favorite place. I could spend hours and hours there. But then again, bookstores are so much fun because the books are all like new and pristine and beautiful and gorgeous and they smell really good. And plus, bookstores have other things too, but so do libraries. Oh, this is hard. I think I'm gonna go with being locked in a bookstore because bookstores would have all the new releases and I could spend a night just reading all the new releases that I couldn't get my hands on that might have been too expensive or anything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get locked in a bookstore. 66% voted to be locked in a bookstore. Would you rather drop your book in a lake or accidentally set it on fire? What? No! Those are both terrible. Okay, well, you know, like I said before, I can't stand water damaged books. I feel like I've personally hurt the book when it's water damaged and there's nothing I can do to fix it. It's just kind of there. You know, I feel like I'm just putting the book through torture. So I think I might accidentally set the book on fire just because then it's a good story to tell, you know? I accidentally set my book on fire. Really reels in the friends. Plus fire's pretty cool, so yeah, we'll go with that. Accidentally set it on fire. Oh no, what? Okay, 22 people voted to set it on fire. I guess I'm the only arsonist here. Would you rather read a book with a cliffhanger ending or read a book with a heartbreaking ending? Cliffhanger endings don't sit well with me. I think I'd rather have a book with a heartbreaking ending, because if the book has a heartbreaking ending, to me, that means that it was a good book, that it was so good that it broke my heart. And if it broke my heart, I'd probably cry. And if I cry reading a book, that means it was a pretty dang good book. So I'm gonna go with a heartbreaking ending. 54% voted for a heartbreaking ending. The next question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would you rather have the book's ending spoiled or never know what happens? Ooh. Honestly, I'm one of those people that doesn't actually care about spoilers, which is really weird. I feel like your experience with reading a book or watching a show is gonna be different from other people anyway, so knowing what's going to happen at the end doesn't spoil the entire thing for me. I don't know how to explain it. I just never actually cared that much about spoilers. They've never been a huge deal for me. So I think I would have the ending spoiled, because if I never knew what happens, I think I'd actually go crazy. Like, I'd be mental. I would go mad. So bring on the spoilers. Would you rather read only one genre forever or never repeat the same genre after reading it once? If it's not counting YA as one genre, then I would totally be cool with reading fantasy forever. Like, I'm totally cool with that. And plus, it would just be stupid to never repeat the same genre after reading it once. What if you're just really in the mood for a contemporary and you can't read one because you just read History Is All You Left Me and you're like, wow, that was great, but you can't read it ever again? That's terrible. So we're gonna go with read one genre forever. Would you rather read a book where the main character is killed off or read a book where the love interest is killed off? Honestly, when I read books, it's a very slim, a very tiny chance that I like the main character. It's such a small percent of books that I've read that I actually like the main character. So I think I'm fine with the main character being killed off. Honestly, sometimes the main character is just way too annoying, or they make stupid decisions that would probably get them killed anyways. So, sorry main character, you're gonna have to go. Yeah, that one wasn't good. Apparently, 58 people would rather kill off the love interest than the main character. And would you rather read a book that's missing the middle chapter or read a book that's missing the first and last chapter? I feel like the first and last chapters are really essential in a book. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think I'd rather have missing middle chapters. Because for me, at least, the first and the last chapters of a book really make or break a book. Like, for the book 3 Dark Crowns, I was miserable reading that entire book up until the last chapter. The last chapter is what made me so excited, so hyped for the next one, and if those were missing and it was just the middle chapters, I probably would have DNF'd. We're gonna go with no middle chapters. Would you rather love a book everyone hates or hate a book everyone loves? I think I'd rather love a book everyone hates, because I love Twilight. Not gonna lie, I love Twilight. It's what got me into reading. I think I will always love Twilight regardless of what anyone else says. Plus, I feel like if you hate a book everyone loves, then everyone is there having fun, discussing the book and whatnot, and you're just like, how do you like this? This is terrible. This is such a bad book. And you don't want to be that person that's always trashing a book when everyone else loves it. Or you can be, honestly. You have your own opinions. That's good for you. But yeah, I'd rather love a book everyone hates. That already happens. I love Twilight, and most of my friends completely hate Twilight, and they hate me for liking Twilight. So, love a book everyone hates. Would you rather... What? So I just did that thing where I was reading out loud, yet I read with my eyes very quickly, and I know what it says, and I'm really distraught by this question right now. It says, would you rather loan a book to a friend who's known to ruin books, or drop a book in a pit of snakes. You know, snakes don't really ruin books, do they? If you loan a book to a friend that is known to ruin books, they're gonna dog ear the pages, and like they might get it in water, and they might rip something. Oh my god, that's so bad. Nope, snakes. The snakes can have it. They can have it. But, you know, the snakes probably won't touch the book. It's not delicious or anything. I think we'll be fine. Would you rather be stuck on a deserted island without a book, or be stuck in a library full of books in a language you can't read? Why am I on this deserted island anyway? You know what? Wrong questions. I'm asking the wrong questions here. I'd rather be stuck in a library full of books in a language I can't read, just because then I could teach myself, couldn't I? It would be me learning something else. And even if I couldn't teach myself and I couldn't somehow get the language at all, I'm still in a library, so I'm living a good life, am I not? 72% voted library. Who would want to be stuck on a deserted island without a book? If anything, you'd want a book that says how to get off of a deserted island. Would you rather bring only one book on a 12-hour flight, or bring an e-reader with only 10% left on a 4-hour flight? No, we're not doing that. No. First of all, it's an e-reader, and I'm not too into e-readers as opposed to physical books. And second of all, 10%, that's gonna go so quick. Those 2 hours, not even up to 2 hours. If you're reading on it, the 10% is probably gonna go within the first hour and a half, let me tell you, okay? So I think we're just gonna go for one book on a 12-hour flight. I could just pick a huge book. I can finally read Les Mis that I've been putting off for my entire life. The last question says, would you rather find out your best friend hates your favorite book, or share a favorite book with your worst enemy? Ooh. I think I'd rather share my favorite book with my worst enemy, because then we'd have something to talk about besides hating each other, right? If my best friend hated my favorite book, I think we'd have so much tension in that relationship. So worst enemy. 52% voted worst enemy. That was actually pretty close though. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys were not too distraught going through this with me, because I truly was. I was hurting. These questions were hard. If you have gone through and you've taken this quiz with me, please let me know what your answers would be and your reasoning behind them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!